With my bare hands. Those were the chilling words of self-proclaimed serial killer Nicholas Gibson when asked if he brutally murdered his 77-year-old Florida housemate. The tattoo drifter claims he's murdered 32 people and began his killing spree at the shocking age of 12. Now questions remain as police departments across the nation scramble to connect cold cases with a surprisingly smug suspect.
Step back, Thomas. Step to that side.
Accused serial killer Nicholas Brent Gibson seems to relish the spotlight as he's escorted by U.S. Marshals from a Manhattan criminal courthouse. Gibson, a convicted rapist, was captured by police on a New York City subway platform last month in connection with the murder of his 77-year-old housemate Eric Stalker in Miami.
Did you kill that guy in Florida? I heard there was a sword. Yes.
Stalker's decomposing body, reportedly hacked to pieces with a large samurai sword, was discovered 10 days after his death after neighbors complained of a foul smell coming from his apartment. The killer allegedly left the chilling message, "Rome must fall," in the victim's blood. Gibson reportedly stole his victim's credit card and fled to the Big Apple. An NYPD officer recognized the heavily tattooed sex offender from an arrest warrant, and when he approached, Gibson put up a fight. Once in police custody, Gibson claimed he was responsible for 6 more murders in Florida, California, and Georgia, claiming it was a killing spree that began when he was just 12 years old. Investigators are now looking into a possible connection to the mysterious death of 27-year-old Essie Puhaka, who was found drowned in Biscayne Bay, Florida in 2015. Gibson claims that he drowned a female tourist in the bay that same year. Records suggest Gibson was behind bars in Georgia during that time.
More to Miami.
Gibson, whose online persona is Brent Savage, has been in custody over the course of 16 years for rape in Illinois and in Pennsylvania, and for failing to register as a sex offender. Last month, as he held his head high in front of reporters, Gibson calmly upped his victim tally to 32 people. Investigators have yet to determine whether Gibson's claims are empty boasts or the chilling truth. And joining us now is CrimeOnline.com's Nancy Grace. Nancy, in your opinion, does Nicholas Gibson fit the profile of a serial killer?
Nicholas Gibson absolutely fits the profile of a serial killer. For instance, he began a violent crime rampage when he was only 12 years old with a felony rape attack. Now, when you're 12 years old and you're already committing felonies, that's a bad sign. So that's one big indicator. Also, we see him traveling across the country from place to place, drifting here and drifting there, always under the radar of police, and that's another telltale sign of a serial killer. Now, fitting the profile doesn't always a serial killer make, but yes, he fits the profile.
And as we know, police departments across the country are now looking into cold cases, searching for links to Gibson. Nancy, do you expect we'll see more murder charges filed against him?
I absolutely expect more charges to be filed, and I would advise police to look not only at missing people and unsolved homicides, but unsolved sex attacks using the DNA database, because we know he's a rapist in the past. We know that can be a precursor to murder, and we may get resolution in other cases in addition to just murders. But yes, there are going to be other crimes across the country.
All right. As always, Nancy, thanks for your insight into this disturbing story.